A revocable versus an irrevocable trust. Which is the best for you? I like to tell clients that when they think of a revocable trust, to think of a handbag. The trust itself acts like a holding cell, like a very nice purse, and you can put your property inside of it. You can also take your property outside of it. You can spend your money as you wish in whatever store you like, and you can buy more things and you can put it back inside the handbag. It's very helpful and functional for you to be able to carry it with you from place to place. If you own real property in multiple states, a revocable trust will help you avoid probate in all of those states. It's a wonderful tool to use if you're really concerned just about disaster estate planning and you want to make sure your children get your assets without having to spend money or time going through a probate court. When you die, a revocable trust will transfer the title of your assets immediately to your successor trustee. You do not have to redo anything. They don't have to retitle deeds or retitle any of the assets. The trust itself holds those assets. Your successor trustee only has to simply step up and take control of the assets. Then your successor trustee will just read your distribution terms. If you want them to sell everything and distribute it to the children, it's a pretty simple process. If you want them to hold on to those assets for a period of years before selling them, then they get to hold and maintain those assets for that length of time. Now, this is different from an irrevocable trust. An irrevocable trust is similar to a safe. When you put assets and items inside an irrevocable trust, they are locked inside nice and tight until the trustee will allow them to leave. An irrevocable trust's goal is to separate the ownership of the property from you to the trust, so you completely lose control of the assets that are inside the trust. Now, you will nominate a trustee who's going to be working to your benefit, someone who's going to be working on your behalf, but it's their decision making and their discretion that controls the trust once you fund it and declare it to be irrevocable. So an irrevocable trust is a wonderful thing if you are looking to protect assets in the future from potential creditor claims. So if you have an accident or if you have significant medical bills coming in the future, an irrevocable trust can work to save a lot of the assets you've built up during your lifetime for your heirs by declaring that your assets are separated property from yourself and therefore not attachable to. An irrevocable trust will also avoid probate entirely, so it does help with a revocable trust's purpose. But when we do these types of trusts, it's important to understand that they do come with consequences. An irrevocable trust, in order to maintain its independence from its grantor, has to have its own tax return. It gets its own employer identification number, its own social security number, and it files taxes every year. It needs maintenance. It can't just be left alone with an asset funded in. You have to review your irrevocable trust every year, make sure that your trustee is following the rules and the laws, and that it's actually the trustee is following the rules within the trust. Also, once an irrevocable trust is created, we cannot change our minds and change any of our distribution paragraphs. That means that if any of the children happen to change or your relationship with them change and they're listed in the trust, you cannot retaliate and take them out of your will once you've put them into an irrevocable trust as a beneficiary. That is locked in. So if you're thinking about the difference between a revocable and an irrevocable trust, there are many factors that could change the way you think about it. If you're looking for simply estate planning that will get you out of probate and get all your assets gathered into one place to make it very simple for your heirs and your children, then a revocable trust is enough for you. If you need an estate plan that's going to be able to lock up your assets and make sure that creditors won't be able to come and claim them, either medical bills or again, anything in the future, then an irrevocable trust is likely the way that you would like to go. Now, if you aren't sure which trust is right for you, you should probably see an estate planning attorney. An estate planning attorney can listen to your concerns and guide you on exactly what type of trust is best. Just so you know, a revocable trust can become an irrevocable trust. So if you really aren't sure where to start, a revocable trust is what we recommend for most young people beginning their estate planning journey. Over the next 20, 30 years, you can always change, alter, and amend it and make it be irrevocable in the future. So the first thing you want to do is just get a revocable trust and put your assets in it, gather all of the things that you need in one place, and then in the future, if we need to amend it to be irrevocable so that we don't have creditors attached, if you end up with a terrible medical diagnosis moving forward, we can do that. But again, it's not required. If you need any more information, please comment down below. If you like seeing this content, please like and subscribe so that we'll be encouraged to make more.